Hello, friends. How are you? Carrie Knowles here, the daydreamer. I just wanted to come on and talk about the full moon and manifesting. Yesterday, I manifested a car. Um, I've never gone on live, so hopefully, I'm even on and I'm not talking to nobody. Um, yeah, I've been trying to make more manifesting videos lately. I'm actually a photographer, so I do a lot of photography videos and courses, but I've been manifesting and in the manifesting and personal development world for like 6 years now. And you guys have manifested some crazy stuff like trips to Paris and London and Scotland and Greece and all kinds of photography jobs and apartments and cars. And yesterday, I literally drove off of the lot in a couple hours in a new SUV that I wanted. Well, it's used, but it's new to me. I want to get back on the road. In 2021, I photographed 100 restaurants in 26 US states, and I was literally happier than I'd ever been in my life. So I want to get back on the road. I had to come home to my cats, whom I love, but one is sick. And so I'm going to take them with me. So I needed to manifest a car that would be big enough for that and maybe to possibly do some car camping, SUV life. I wanted to do van life, but that didn't really work out. Um, a really great manifesting tip that I love is that rejection is redirection. So I sometimes like to think of the universe as like a labyrinth. I don't know if you know what a labyrinth is, but it's like a maze, like in a maze of there was a movie back in the 80s called The Labyrinth. It was like a maze of bushes. But I think a labyrinth can be any kind of maze. But if the universe is like a labyrinth, it kind of like takes you, if it takes you down a dead end and makes you come back, it's just because I feel like it's just because that path wasn't meant for you and you're going to find a better path. So it's almost like directing you on the right path. So that's what I kind of did. I let the universe kind of guide me. But one of the tips I wanted to share today was that if you narrow down your choices first. So what I did with my car was I narrowed it down to 3 choices. So I've been looking for like months for this perfect car, and I've been wavering between the van and the SUV because I kind of want all-wheel drive, but it's hard to find a van with all-wheel drive. So I narrowed it down to 3 choices. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to go to this dealership with the 3 choices I want. First of all, they happen to be all at the same dealership, which is crazy. I didn't have to run around. And I was like, okay, the universe is going to pick for me out of those 3 choices. If I've been looking for 2 or 3 months and I narrowed it down, and how difficult could it be, you know? So I think you just kind of have to sometimes have faith and leave it in, the hands of the universe, and trust that you've made the right decision with your instincts. And then the universe is going to guide you down that labyrinth to the best choice for you. The other thing is today is a full moon. It's the snow moon. And I actually started planning my manifestations around the moon phases. So that's the major thing that I did. Each week has a different moon phase, and each moon phase gives off different energies that can help you manifest if you do it properly. Certain moon phases, you want to rest more and sort of release and clean and clear, like the energy from your house or from your emails or from your bills or anything that's cluttering your refrigerator. And then other phases of the moon, you want to start using the powerful energy to call things in. So that's what I did. And I'm super excited because now I can get back on the road in a couple weeks. I love living as a digital nomad. And the couple years that I had to be stationed back at home, I've just been so ready to go. And now I can get going. My third tip is think about, when it comes to manifesting, think about what you loved as a child. So I've really been like diving deep into this, you guys, and it's absolutely wild how sometimes something will show up in your life once you do this work and you allow it to, that you loved as a kid or that you did as a kid. I spent a lot of time outdoors as a kid, and my brother and I used to actually pretend like we lived outside, and we had these old Volkswagen Beetles in the yard that where we lived, and we would pretend that they were like our house, and then we had a brook on our property, so we would pretend that we lived like on the brook. And now I feel like I've been like researching van life and car life and SUV life, and a lot of them actually live in their car and go outside to these national parks, BLM land, state parks and forests, and live the way that I did as a kid. So, because what's happening is those things are embedded in your heart and your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is programmed the most and the fastest from the first 6 to 7 years of your life. And so that programming is really embedded in your subconscious mind. And then the things you loved are really embedded in your heart. And so when you put that together, you can manifest much faster than if you're trying to struggle with something that you don't really want, like you think you want it. Like maybe you think you're supposed to buy a house or something, but you don't really want to. That's just something that everyone around you is doing. And yeah, those are my 3 tips. Hopefully, you guys are seeing this and hearing it because it's my first live, so I have no way of knowing if you can hear me. Yeah, so number 1 was getting clear on what you want and then narrowing down a few choices so the universe can like direct you down that labyrinth. Number 2 was using the moon's energy. The full moon today, the full moon is not the new moon. The full moon is not the time to call in a manifestation. The full moon is the time to release and rest. The new moon in a couple weeks will be the time to call in the manifestation. So over the next 2 weeks from the full moon to the new moon, you want to be resting and releasing. So cleaning and clearing and kind of being productive like on your side at home. And then in 2 weeks with the new moon, between the new moon and the full moon is when you want to be manifesting and calling things in. And then the third tip was to think about what you wanted when you were a child, because that is what is programmed on your subconscious mind and on your heart. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment. Those are my tips, and I just want to share them with you because I'm super excited that I'm getting back on the road in my SUV with my cats. And I'll be doing some food photography, and I did a lot of real estate photography too. Anything else that comes along. And then, of course, portrait photography. But I forgot what else I was going to say. That's it for now. I hope you guys have a good night and enjoy the snow moon. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I wanted to come on live tonight because I created a whole course around the moon. And it's going to be a 12-month moon series. And the first moon is posted and starts today is the snow moon. So I teach art. I have a degree in art and English. I'm a photographer, so I'm going to kind of like embody and include like everything that I teach, art and poetry and English and personal development. and some therapeutic art practices, which I love, that really help with productivity and concentration and focus. Like if you're trying to get a business going, or if you're trying to, like me, finish my degrees. I finished my degrees recently, and you're just having a hard time concentrating, then these things will help you. Sorry about this plain background. I'm actually at a hotel room because I've already started my digital nomad life. I started it on Wednesday, and then I drove off the parking lot with my SUV yesterday. So this happens so fast, you guys. All right. I'm going to link the page to my class, Revolving Around the Moon, and leave me any questions in the comment. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.